Hi, welcome to Season 5, Battle 4. This is the battle between the Black Templars and Genestealer cults and associated Zotes. So we've had, this is actually the deployment phase at the moment, where the Black Templars have come on from this side of the board trying to protect this shrine here, and Genestealer Magus over here has activated this switch, which has allowed the Zotes to come out and join the battle. So we've got a mixture on this side of Genestealer cults and Zote forces, which you won't find in any new codexes, but I won't let the rules slow me down. So this is really the deployment phase at the moment. No special rules regarding reserves or infiltration or anything like that here. It's just part of the storyline where the Zotes have come out of that building, like I've said, and have joined forces with these Genestealer cults. So that's really what we have at the start of the battle. We'll see how the turns work themselves out. Right, we're at the end of turn 1 after both sides have had their movement. We've had the Black Templars move up into position and no shots fired, essentially, from the Black Templars. Mitch Devlin and his cronies are hiding behind this boulder over here, which will not take part in this battle, but we'll just watch on from the sides. Over this side we've got the Genestealers have just moved up and into position. Again, they haven't really fired a shot either. So really, some of them have rocket launchers which probably could, missile launchers which could probably fire that distance, but they have just moved up and will no doubt fire in a future turn. Well, there we have it. That's the end of turn 1. We'll see what happens in turn 2. Okay, we're up to turn 2, and we've had the Black Templars move forward and basically take control of the tomb area, and no shooting as such at this stage because the Genestealers were right back on the table edge pretty much, but they've basically taken position almost behind cover for most units, so nothing much on the Black Templar side. On the other side, the Genestealers have advanced, and we've only really had one lot of shooting from the Zotes over here with a long-range missile launcher trying to take out a Terminator here, but to no effect. But both armies converging in the middle, and we'll have some bloodshed shortly. Here we are in the first half of turn 3, and the Black Templars have fortified their position in the tomb area. We have seen only one casualty here, where an acolyte's been taken out. There he is up there, and the rest of it has basically having everyone move into position. The Terminators there and the Terminator chaplain at the back have fired and tried to take out the King Zote, but he's hiding behind this solid piece of scenery there, terrain, so nothing happened to him. And everyone else is really out of range. So we've also had Mitch Devlin sneak around the back of the Black Templar army, so that's really just part of the storyline, but nothing really to report in the first half of turn 3, but I think something's going to change in the second half of turn 3. We'll wait and see. Okay, so that's the end of turn 3, and you'd expect there to be major carnage, but what we've had is two casualties, one Sword Brethren and one normal Space Marine at the back. So it wasn't really that flash. We had this unit of Acolytes fire and take out one Space Marine. This group of Zotes basically ran from here and didn't get a chance to fire. This group of neophytes tried to take out a Terminator with their weak guns. Didn't really go very well. We've also just had another group of Acolytes and the Abhorrents. I think they called it Abhorrents. Anyway, they came up and just tucked behind that pillar there, hoping to get into hand-to-hand combat fairly shortly. The Zotes on the other side moved up, ready to try and get into close combat range, and same with the Patriarch there. So really just everyone moving up further into position, trying to get into assault range, and two minor casualties. Surely there's got to be some casualties next turn. Anyway, let's wait and see. Here we are in the first half of turn 4, and the Black Templars are consolidating. So we've had this unit of Space Marines here fire into those Acolytes there and leave only 3 remaining. We've had the Terminators just stay there behind cover and fire into the Neophytes over there and took out a few of those guys. And then the Assault Marines with jetpacks flew from there and basically took out most of the remaining Neophytes, but they're still locked in combat. Over here, the Sword Brethren were just out of range to charge in and take on those Zotes over there, so they just moved up a fraction and fired into the same Zotes and took out one. So that's really all that happened in the first half of turn 4. We'll see what happens next. Okay, second half of turn 4, Genestealers. We've had some Acolytes, 3 Acolytes charge that group of Space Marines in a fanatic rage and managed to take out 1 Marine but killed themselves in the process. We had the group of Zotes here join up with the King Zote there and charged the Terminators, and each group lost 1. The Zotes being fairly tough with multiple wounds, and the Terminators, well being Terminators, managed to hold their ground. Over here we had the group of Acolytes and the Aberrants basically charge into the back of the Assault Marines, and they managed to still hold their ground, but that combat continues. Over here we had the Patriarch move up along the back, hoping to get into hand-to-hand range, which he probably will next turn. And we had the Zotes and the Magus, and they moved up and fired and took out 3 Sword Brethren. So the Sword Brethren are uncharacteristically probably hiding behind cover at the moment, but that will all probably change next turn. So there we have it. That's the end of turn 4. Here we are in the first half of turn 5, and we've had a little bit happen here. We've had a unit of Space Marines charge in to the side here into this combat between the Terminators and the Zotes, and look, the Zotes held up pretty well actually. There's still 3 Zotes still sitting there, and really we had a couple of casualties on the side of the Space Marines and 1 Terminator as well. So up here on the casualty section we've had, just move those off to the side, we had the Space Marine die, 1 of these Zotes, and sorry, actually 2 of these Space Marines. So that's the casualties from that combat. Over here, the Genestealers were victorious out of that combat that was underway, and in that combat we had these 3 casualties from the Genestealer side, the Acolytes there, and the 3 Assault Marines died as well. So that's what happened in the middle of the board. Over on the other side we had the Sword Brethren charged the Zotes, and there was a few casualties. 2 Zotes and 2 Sword Brethren. So fairly evenly matched. So that's the end of turn 5. The first half of turn 5. And we'll see what the Genestealers can do in response. Here we are on the second half of turn 5, and we have seen a little bit going on. We've seen this group of Genestealer Aberrants and Acolytes have a decision to make whether they go and reinforce this side of the table and help and sort of attack those Terminators, or go and try and help out the Broodlord and take out the remaining Sword Brethren. So they decided to go this way, but they didn't actually get there. So this is what we've got. We've got 2 melee combats, 1 on each side. Over this side we've seen the Zotes not do so well. We've lost 1 Space Marine and 2 Zotes, I believe. That's right, that's the casualties right there. 1 Space Marine and 2 Zotes at the back. So that's what we've lost on this side. Over here, the Broodlord charged in from the side and took out a couple of Sword Brethren, but the other Zotes got slain, and really we've got fairly even sort of battle going on there. But later on in turn 6, no doubt the Genestealer Acolytes, etc. will reinforce, will charge in from that side. So that's where we leave it at the end of turn 5. We've got 1 turn to go. Let's see how it goes. Okay, we're in the last turn, turn 6, and we've got the Black Templars turn. Really not much left on the board at this stage. We've got a melee combat over here, and we have seen the Black Templars hold strong. No casualties for them, but we've lost, on the other side we've lost 1 Zote. So really all we've got here is the King Zote left and some Terminators, so he's in a bit of strife over there. Over this side we've had a few casualties. We've only got 3 models remaining in that melee there, the Patriarch and the HQ unit for the Black Templars, and 1 Sword Brethren over the with 1 Sword Brethren over the side there. So over here we've had these casualties this turn. Really 1 Space Marine and the Zote HQ unit, and a Genestealer, which was used as a bodyguard type unit for the Patriarch. So we've got Genestealer turn still to come, and we've got no question about what they're going to be doing next turn. Probably charge in and see what happens there. So that's where we've got it. End of the first half of turn 6. Well, that's the end of turn 6 and the end of the battle. We've had Mitch Devlin and co steal what they needed to from the tomb over there, which is all part of the storyline. And as far as who won the battle, well, we've had the Black Templars secure the tomb itself and take out the Zote King over there. And over here we've had the acolytes, etc., charge into that combat and reinforce that. We had a few casualties over here. We had the final sword brethren, and there was a few acolytes taken out as well at the same time. So overall, we had the Black Templars securing the main objective there and retained a good portion of the board, and we've also had the HQ unit over there. The Black Templars still survived that assault, so overall we've got a Black Templar win. There we have it. Alright, we'll see you next week for the next battle. Cheers, bye.